Damn, Q. Baby, you did that.
Welcome to the Oh Yeah podcast with your boy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador. Appreciate you joining us for another episode of Real Stories from Real People. Oh yeah. Hello, good people, and welcome to another episode of the Oh Yeah podcast with your boy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador. And we miss you. It's been a couple of weeks since we had a good episode of the show, but we are always working tirelessly to make sure we do #1 thing, document our affairs, aka document your affairs, and making sure that we have the right stories that we can bring to you. And today we have another great one. But before we even get into that, let me make sure we do a little homework, make sure we pay a little bills. #1, we want to thank our elite sponsor, Candidly Speaking. If you haven't gone to pick up your Candidly Speaking cards or check them out online, make sure you do so, as it's greeting cards that represent us. Happy birthday, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, and fellas, tell your girl even to get the Sweetest Day cards. Very, very important, people, to make sure that we purchase cards that look like us and really represent us, so you ain't got to go to the CVS or Hallmarks and Targets until we in there, all right? Make sure we get that. Secondly, make sure you come see us each and every Wednesday at Flood's Bar and Grill, All Industry Connect with my boy Liquor Guy Dwayne. As always, we are in there politicking, greeting, shaking hands, and kissing babies with some of the most influential leaders throughout our area. That turns into Wednesday Night Live with our boy, the famous, well-known DJ Cuts. Shout out to the both of them. Flood's Bar and Grill as well. And as you can see this time, we're not at the original home. And that's for another good reason in this episode, as we're looking to document another great story from Detroit's own. My man, Hall of Famer, professional trainer, professional athlete, my guy, Johnie Drake.
What up, dog?
How you doing, Johnny?
I'm good, man.
All is well?
All is well, man.
I like to say the original Drake, right?
Yeah, you know.
Boy born into it.
I'm a little older than him, so.
That's all right. If you don't know my man, Johnie Drake, you should go get First of the Day. Ooh. It's a celebration, it's an announcement, and it's something that we all should be taking advantage of.
No
Is
doubt.
that not correct?
That is correct. You know, it's all about recognizing and celebrating the moment. We toast First of the Day. Ain't no second, ain't no third. Ooh. Ain't nothing like that first drink, that first smoke, that first cup of coffee. Like, we always kind of want to celebrate that moment. So it's always your first drink, and it's always First of the Day.
Come on, man. That boy be ready for a commercial. Yeah.
Gotta be.
I love it. Let's start right there, though. First of the day.
First of the day?
Yeah, like you said, it's the capturing of the moment, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I gotta know, man. That's how I was introduced to Johnie Drake.
Right.
Was a mutual friend of ours. Shout out to my guy, Dre January, who said, man, you gotta connect with my guy, Johnie Drake, and First of the Day.
Right.
Please tell us about First of the Day and what inspired that.
Well, what inspired First of the Day was my family.
Okay.
You know, I've been hearing this since I was a little kid, little boy. You know, my uncle would go around the parties, you know, the basement parties, but nothing like them back in the day. You know, they'd call you downstairs, you know, we do our little dance or whatever. But during that time, we see them around partying, toasting, drinking. It's just like First of the Day, First of the Day. I'm like, what is this First of the Day? You know, I don't know as a kid, you know what I'm saying? But as I got older and I started to indulge or whatever, I really started to understand what they were doing, you know what I'm saying? It was just a celebration. It was a celebration of the moment, you know what I'm saying? So it was a continuous celebration. So it became fun, it became a joke, and then it just grew. It grew amongst family, it grew amongst friends. So me being the entrepreneur that I am, I'm like, you know, let's take this thing and make it a business, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what happened, you know, within, I think 2015, I trademarked First of the Day. And then at that point, we was off and running, you know what I'm saying? Just did as much as I could, just as far as learning business, learning how to be an entrepreneur. Started off just with glassware, then started getting some T-shirts. And then my bread and butter right now are the First of the Day cups, durable, reusable, solo style cups. So,
solo style?
Yeah, solo
reusable?
They're reusable. Yeah, let's say party cups because we can't use the word solo. So let's say party cups.
Party cups.
Party cups.
Well, let me tell you, if anybody enjoy a good party, it's Mr. Oh Yeah. So
yes, sir.
I'm glad I now have my First of the Day cup.
Yeah, King Alumni Edition.
Straight shout out.
We got the Cash Tech Alumni Edition, and we got the King, you know, Alumni Edition. So I wanted to make sure I try to include everybody. So hopefully, you know, this summer I can branch off and, you know, get to Mumford because my wife went to Mumford. So, you know, I'm going to branch off and get the other schools in there. Just give me some time, y'all. You know, I'm still a small business.
Still a small business.
Still a small business, working my way up.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I appreciate the humbleness. But here at the Oh Yeah podcast, it's my job to bring it all out, man. So I appreciate the humbleness, but this has really grown into something,
it's
right?
It's grown.
Because First of the Day is also where you could get the paraphernalia, the cups, the T-shirt, the glassware, but it's also a part of your promotional business, correct?
Right. As far as the events and the experiences, definitely, man. We started off just doing happy hours, and then it kind of grew from there. Now, you know, throw parties and events here and there, you know, like once a month. And that's, you know, we in the beginning, it was just about kind of supporting all the black businesses. So I did something down at Cutter's, did something over at Good Times on the Ave. So it was just, you know, that was the whole point and purpose, you know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of bring light to the city, bring light to, you know, other black businesses, black bar businesses. So I'm loving it right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm in the gym most of the time, so it's hard, you know, not having, you know, a full team or whatever that can kind of take care of the happy hour scene for me, and while I can, you know, stay here in the gym or whatever. So, yeah, it's a balancing act, you know what I'm saying, as with anything and as within life, you know what I'm saying. You just got to learn how to balance, you know what I'm saying. So, absolutely. Yeah.
We're going to get to the whole gym part yet, but we ain't made it there yet.
Yeah, I mean, you know, this is part of the conversation.
Part of the conversation is true because, again, this is how I was introduced.
Right. You had no idea about it.
I had no clue about none of this, man. Again, stay with me, good people.
Right.
I'd like to, if you can indulge a little more about how people have taken to the First of the Day trademark, the First of the Day energy, and what you've been able to do at Good Times and the promotion and whatnot. Tell me, what are people saying to you once they get that?
I mean, and that's what it's all about. It's the energy, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to promote it like online and, you know, trying to do the social media thing or whatever, because you got to feel it. It's a vibe. It's a vibration, you know what I'm saying? It's the energy that we bring when you come to a First of the Day event, and you got to experience it. So I'm big on experiences. I want to make sure everybody feels comfortable. It's basically family. You know what I'm saying? You my cousin, you my uncle, and we get together, and everybody's welcome. And it's, you know, it's basically just like that basement party.
Just like
that basement party is at the bar.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the kind of energy and vibe I wanted to create. It's not, you know, about what you got on. It's not about, you know, who's who or who's what or whatever. I mean, we want everybody there. Right. You know what I'm saying? As long as you coming with good energy and a good vibe, you know, we're going to have a good time because we're going to be toasting First of the Day.
Salute.
All day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care what number drink it is. It's still my first. Don't be counting mine, you know what I'm saying?
I got to ask, is there a preferred beverage of choice for the First of the Day?
Oh, I'm a tequila guy.
Okay.
I'm a tequila guy, you know. All tequilas really, but I'm heavy on the añejo right now.
Heavy on the añejo right now.
Heavy on the añejo right
Well, salute to whoever.
Yeah, I don't want to put no names out because I ain't getting no sponsorship, no promotions or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But tequila.
Tequila right now is definitely working. I want to thank you for that because I was able to feel that energy, you know? I get it, and I know it is hard to do it through social media or whatnot, but I see the clothing, I see, again, the glassware and the cups or whatnot. I think this would be a good time to just say where they can find it.
Oh, definitely. You can find it at online, www.1st-oftheday.com. That's www.1st-oftheday.com. first-otherday.com. So first-otherday.com.
Bingo. You be ready with this, man. I liked it. Did you?
This ain't my first rodeo.
This ain't your first rodeo.
You got to remember who I was back in the day.
Let's do it. Let's go there right now. Central Michigan University.
That is correct.
I'm not going to hold it against you, but you've already said it. Cass Tech alumni as well.
Cass Tech, CT, number one.
Oh, my God. Again,
second
you're
to
a guest
none.
of the Oh Yeah
Second to none.
podcast,
We
so
number
we're going
one,
to let
second
some
to
of this
none,
ride. But East Sider,
Definitely.
Detroit.
I'm an East Sider. It shocks everybody, too.
Why is that?
I guess because my swag come from the West, you know what I'm saying?
Get out of
I
here.
guess I would have to say that my crew, was all West Siders. That's what I hung out with. So I kind of got, a little bit of both sides in me. But I'm from the East, though. I represent the East.
Good. Well, I think now that we kind of got the preliminaries out of the way, I want to move on into the surprise for me.
Yeah.
So I am a husband and father of 3.
Okay.
And as
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate
that's
that.
dope.
I know that you're a husband and father as well, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Two.
Of two.
Two girls.
But as I'm, going through the world or whatever, and I'm trying to find different support roles and systems for my son, as he's a football player, he was trying to transition into a particular position, and I kept hearing about this guy, Johnie Drake, that he's doing all this training and he can help your kids out. And I'm like, man, who is this guy? And one of my business partners said, man, you know Drake. At this part of the show, I would like to reintroduce Johnie Drake, Hall of Famer,
Right.
Central Michigan alumni,
Right.
and track and field superstar. Is that not correct?
I mean, that's correct.
That is correct. Let me really break down these stats. When I say Hall of Famer, I'm saying Hall of Famer from Central Michigan University.
Right.
And if I'm reading this correctly, in 2004 and in 2005, you recorded the fastest 60-meter time in the nation?
Yeah, at the time.
At the time, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, it was the fastest time in the nation.
Fastest time in the nation.
Yeah.
But if I'm really correct in this, in 2006, you recorded the fastest time in the world?
Correct. Yep.
You're going to have to break this down, good brother, man.
What?
How is Mr. First of them day himself?
Hey, I was an adult now. I was
still
in college back then. It's a completely different world.
But I think that's what inspired this conversation for me.
Okay.
I am always inspired by stories from people from the city of Detroit, but those who've not been able to brand themselves, but rebrand themselves. You have successfully done that in 2 different ways. Professional athlete, again, Hall of Famer and superstar. Walk us through that, man, please. What was it like to be a track and field superstar at Central Michigan University?
I mean, it was fun, but it's a lot of work.
Okay.
It's a lot of work. I sacrificed a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't go out much in college. I was, in the gym.
Okay.
I was in the gym 2 or 3 workouts a day, getting film, doing film study. Coach calling me 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. Jay, get up. Jay, get up. Put the tape in. Put the tape in. And when I say tape, I mean tape DVD. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So one thing about me is that my trainer, coach was down here in Detroit. Okay. I worked with him, heavily. So when I went back to Central, I needed his guidance more than I needed the guidance of the coaches from up at Central.
Okay.
So within that, I would have teammates, record my practices, and then I would have to mail the DVD or the tape, whatever, to my coach, and then he would, go over the tape, and then he'd tell me, all right, Jay, you need to start working on this, work on that, fix this step, and then we would literally be on the phone 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. He'd call me, wake up, put the tape in. Oh, step 17, step 19, look at that. See your angle there, fix that, change that, work that, and then I would literally have to go to practice the next day, remember everything coach was talking about on the phone, and then, get going.
Get going.
And fix it. And
I hear
fix
that.
it. You know what I'm saying?
So tell me, but you started off in athletics. Was that as a young boy or
Yeah.
high school?
I mean, I started track late, so I'm a basketball player at the end of the day.
Boy, here
growing
we go.
up, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Everybody had hoop dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm a hooper. I'm a hooper at heart. That's my first love. That's my number 1 love.
Yeah.
Basketball. I didn't start running track until I was 14.
Wow.
So everybody, all the kids, I was 6, 9, 12. I ain't come on the scene until I was 14, but at 14, I won everything.
Okay.
I won CYO 100 meters, and then was recruited to run summer track by Coach Tate. I ran with Swift Track Club, and then I won nationals that year. I won 100 and a 200 at AAU Club Nationals. Okay. So I'm like, okay, I guess I am pretty fast. Everybody had been telling me that I was fast on the court, but I didn't, you know, I don't know how fast I really am or whatever until I won nationals. I won nationals, like nationals.
And what age was that?
That was
again?
at 14.
14.
That was my first year ever running track.
And won nationals.
Won nationals.
Wow.
Yeah.
Then you just decided to take that into Cass Tech, or?
Yeah, I still played basketball. Still was heavy, you know what I'm saying, with basketball up until I was 16. When I was 16, that's when I went to 2 nationals that year in track. So I went to USATF nationals, which is the more elite track track association and track nationals. So there I ran like 10.8, and I came in 4th. But that year I also ran I was an intermediate, you know, and then I was running young men times. So young men is 17, 18. Intermediate is 15, 16-year-olds. Okay. I was running 17, 18-year-old times. Okay. And still to this day, I got the Michigan regional record at 10.74.
Really?
Yeah, still to this day. And
that was like
1999.
Right? Yeah. That's some time ago, man.
Yeah. So there, when I came in 4th there, and then a week later, I went to AAU Nationals, came in 3rd, but what I ran at USATF at 10.8 won at AAUs. Wow. So if I had just went to AAUs, I'd have won nationals again or whatever. Right. But going back to back like that at 2 different nationals, I'm like, I'm a track athlete. Yeah. Basketball is, you know.
It's not what it is.
Yeah, I stopped growing. Right. You know what I'm saying? 5'10".
We maxed out.
I maxed out at 5'10". It was over with, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, ooh, this is about to be, gonna be a lot harder to go to the NBA than it will be for me to go pro as a professional track athlete. Okay. So, you know, I mean, I finished out my high school career. I loved playing basketball. I played varsity. I was a starter. I wasn't no scrub, you know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that, you know, I was good at basketball. I was great, naturally good at basketball, naturally great at track. So, you know, what's going to get me a scholarship, you know what I'm saying, to college?
Yeah, you was thinking about that early on.
Definitely thinking about that, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about my parents, you know what I'm saying? I don't want them to have to pay for school, you know? Why not use my athletic ability, get me into school, you know what I'm saying, pay for this education.
Right. Well, let me tell you, you're not our first, but you're our second Cass Tech alumni on the Oh Yeah podcast. So we are welcome you in on that.
I appreciate that.
I thought you were about to
bring some more of us.
Oh my. We've had a few athletes on the show. Okay. And none of them have admitted to being a scrub when playing ball. So I didn't expect for you to say that.
I wasn't no scrub.
I'm glad you said I wasn't no scrub.
Nah.
But I say that to say you recognize the competition is still in you, right?
Oh, for sure.
And those who compete always look back at their time and know you was giving them the business.
Man, I held my own. Yeah. I held all the big names, you know what I'm saying? I held my own. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody go crazy on me.
It wasn't gonna happen.
I was too fast for one, you know what I'm saying? So my defense, I was gonna hold my own. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Well, that's what's up.
Yeah, no.
Any of those names you want to shout out?
I ain't saying nobody's name. Nope. I ain't giving nobody no credit.
Nobody no credit right now. That's what's up. So why Central Michigan then after Cass Tech?
Well, I wasn't heavily recruited. Okay. You know what I'm saying, for one, you know what I'm saying? I can admit that, you know what I'm saying, in regards to what I was doing during the summer. I didn't run that well during the school year. So those same times I wasn't, you know, administering the same times during the school year. I don't know what it could have been, you know what I'm saying? But finally, my senior year, I ended up winning the DPS, the 100 meters, and then I came in 3rd in the state in the 100. Wow. And then came in 5th in the 200 in the state, and then came in 3rd in the 200 at the PSL. Okay. So by my senior year, then everything started to click or whatever, and then you know, that's when I started to get, you know, some looks or whatever. And Coach Knapp from Central Michigan was, you know, one of the guys that came and spoke, you know, speak to me. He invited me on the tour for Central Michigan, and you know, I just liked it from the minute I got up on campus. You know what I'm saying? I liked the energy, I liked the atmosphere. A lot of the athletes, and you know, they were cool. So, you know, I'm like, I'm not trying to, you know, I'm just trying to get in school. Yeah. I'm not trying to have my parents pay for it. I'll work my way to whatever I need to do. Yeah. I'll work it. You know what I'm saying? That's easy. I'm a grinder, so that's easy.
Well, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I appreciate the story. But of course, I had to do my own little homework as well.
Now, what you about to say?
So I heard with starting off with Central Michigan that it wasn't a great start to the track career. Is that not correct?
Nah, I can say I was a scrub.
Okay.
I was a scrub.
Okay.
Hey, it wasn't my fault, though.
It wasn't your fault.
Definitely wasn't my fault.
Okay.
You know
Break it down.
I mean, you know, that's just kind of what athletes go through. You know what I'm saying? Difference of opinion, difference in training style, difference in coaching style.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work for certain athletes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it didn't work for me. The training style, the coaching style that they had freshman year, it didn't work for me. You know, I tried, I did everything they asked for. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't not working hard, you know what I'm saying? So you can't put that on me, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing everything you asked me to do at the end of the day. I've never lifted weights, you know what I'm saying? I didn't lift weights in high school, so when I get to Central, you know, the weight program, I'm excited to get on the weight program. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing everything the coach asking me to do, and I'm running slower than what I was when I was 16. I don't care who you are, that's embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? That's embarrassing as a coach. And it's embarrassing as a coach for y'all not to know that how fast I was when I was 16. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even know. So they didn't do their research like you doing your research. You know. So yeah, no, I had you know quite a few issues with that, you know what I'm saying, freshman year. And so I did something about it.
And you're pretty good at this, because that was going to be my next question. What was the transition?
Right into that.
Segue right into that. What was the transition? You know, what was it? What was the spark? I know you just mentioned that you would send some of the tapes down to your coaching staff here back in Detroit, or you know, back at home. But maybe if you can identify that, because we still ended up being, you know, recording some of the fastest times Central Michigan has ever had, right?
Right. So I got with my coach, trainer, down here in Detroit, Todd Gaylor. Now that's somebody I will mention. Mad scientist when it came to track and field. Love that guy. And he coached me my senior year at Cass. And I got back with him once the school year was out, came back home. He like, don't worry about it, Jay. We gonna get back on the program, get you back doing this and this, and then we're gonna go crazy this summer. And that's what we did. We was in the backyard on 7 Mile, you know what I'm saying? Getting it in, you know what I'm saying? We would go first thing in the morning, watch film, go back in the backyard. He had all the weight room, all the weight equipment back there. We hit it in the backyard, boom, go to the track. We went to Radford, went to the track, boom, did all my workouts I need to do at track, boom, go back, because somebody was recording my practices. So we would go back to the house, watch film. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, we get back at it the next day. It was just, you know, I was on a routine. That's what my summers, like everybody, don't nobody know me, you know what I'm saying? Like out in Detroit, because I wasn't out. You know what I'm saying? I was in the gym. I was watching film. I was, you know, working, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't get out a whole lot and wasn't on the scene, you know what I'm saying, during my 20s. Wasn't on the scenes wasn't on the scene at all.
That was grind time.
I was grinding. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a professional athlete, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to be a professional track runner. So I ain't had time to be out, you know what I'm saying?
Well, let's go there then. Let's kind of tap into that. You know, hell, if we had hoop dreams, you know, practically up until, you know, junior year in high school, right? And then we identified that I'm really doing well at track, and going into college. What was it exactly where you were able to identify I could take this even further than college? When did this, you know?
Oh, that was that year that when I was 16, when I came in fourth at USATF.
That's when you realized I could be a pro track?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, right then and there. I'm like, oh yeah, no, because that was elite. You know, the guys that won ran 10:59, 10:60 at 16, you know what I'm saying? But I came right there in fourth at 10:82. You know, so I forgot who ran third, 10:80 or something. But I'm in the mix. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I knew right then and there. I'm like, oh, okay, no. As long as I keep working, I'm gonna be right there in the mix with every, you know, my whole career for the rest of my life.
And I'm assuming that's what kind of inspired the work ethic through the summer times in Michigan and everything, right?
And I loved it. I love the process though. You know, I love developing.
You can't see your face right now, but the eyebrows is raised.
Man, no, I love it. I love working out. That junk fun.
So how was it to go back to Central Michigan then? Because now I'm assuming the coaches are seeing the differences, right? The time and that's being recorded is different. You know what I mean? What were they saying to you now?
I mean, you know, it was some pushback in the beginning. It wasn't smooth sailing. They don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, me and my coach, we grinded that whole summer. you know what I'm saying, after my freshman year. Grinded all summer, then went back sophomore year, then, you know, your introduction interview or whatever with the coach.
Yeah.
I slid him, had all my goals on paper, slid him the paper. He looked at him like, yeah, right, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, coming off your, you know, freshman year, Johnny, I mean, he was being realistic, you know what I'm saying? Like, dog, you ran this last year, there's no way you're gonna run this year. Like, normally it's only like a 0.05 to 0.1 drop in the 60. I'm trying to drop 0.2. You know what I'm saying? So it was, you know, it's not believable, you know, so realistic, that's not a realistic goal. So he was trying to, you know, encourage me to just like, no, let's get here, we work with. I'm like, nah, I don't want to hear that. I can run fast, I can run this year, you know what I'm saying? My coach at home believe me.
Yeah.
Why you don't believe me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we was going back and forth, you know, man, through conversations or whatever, and I'm just like, coach, you got to let me, you know, do my own thing, He's like, no, Johnny, you know, it's going to cause friction within the team. You know what I'm saying? You're a good guy. I don't want to, you know, put that on you, and I don't want to have to deal with da-da-da.
And this is with you setting the goal of trying to chase this recorded time? And he was giving you this pushback?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, you know, eventually we came to an understanding, and he agreed. I'm like, give me like 6 months, and give me like till December, you know what I'm saying? I'll do both. With the team, but you got to give me some leeway to let me do my own thing. Okay. And he agreed, man. Coach, and that's my dog.
Well, hold on just a second here, because we're going to take a little break.
Okay.
But I want to be able to come back to you really selling yourself to the team, to the coach, because I believe that's played a different transition into this second world that we're looking at right here.
Oh, no doubt.
Would you agree?
I would definitely agree.
All right, we'll be back, man. Y'all hold tight with the Oh Yeah podcast, man. Back to the Oh Yeah podcast, where we are sitting in at the Speed and Performance Gym with Johnie Drake, again Hall of Famer of Central Michigan University and owner and sole proprietor of First of the Day. I don't even know what you would want to call First of the Day, but the energy and vibes of First of the Day represents just the celebration of your hard-working week, day, or a lifetime, I guess. Is that not correct?
It's about the moment.
It's about the moment.
So it's just a toast to the moment.
All right, toast to the moment. I love it, man. Hey, listen, after a while, you're going to, I'm going to be the #1 person for your commercials, okay?
Hey, I'm with it. Let's do it.
There you
can
go,
make it happen.
Well, where we left off was about you just being able to sell yourself to your coach as you had a particular belief in your abilities, your dreams, and things that you knew you wanted to do going forward after not having the best successful time as a freshman at Central Michigan University, right? And if I'm correct, that was your sophomore, junior years is when you were able to record those record times, or was that the junior and senior year?
Well, it started sophomore year, but the record time started junior and senior year.
Break that down.
So sophomore year, like I say, after speaking with Coach Knapp, we came to an agreement. I could work out, on my own, and then do something with the team. So of course, then I get pushed back from the sprint coach, get pushed back from the upperclassmen. So everybody kind of on my head about, who think you are, and whatever. So I'm just like, I got different dreams and different aspirations than y'all do.
Come on, man.
Saying? So don't worry though, I'm gonna show y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just, kept grinding, you know what I'm saying, did what I had to do. And long story short, I broke the school record first meet.
Yeah.
My sophomore year.
It was the first meet of the season.
The first meet of the season, I broke the school record, 15-year-old school record. Don't stop talking to me.
Stop talking to me. Yeah. And that time was?
That time was 6:78. So the school record was 6:79. In the 60-meter dash, it was 6:79. That was the school record. I ran 6:78.
Okay.
Yeah, first meet. Then I came back the next week and ran 675.
Only because I know how our supporters are. They will go check these numbers. Do you want to say where it was at and all that other stuff too?
Man,
do you remember?
Yeah, it's recorded.
I like that.
It was at Central. You know
it was at Central.
Okay. Yeah. Jack was on, the Chip Open, Jack schooled me, one of them meets.
Okay. Google you, right?
Yeah. I ain't got to. You're going too far, though. I'm not ever going to say that.
So how did the rest of the season go?
No, at that point it was like leave Johnie alone.
Leave Johnie alone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just leave Johnie alone. But it was never no friction. You know what I'm saying? My teammates love me. I love my teammates. You know what I'm saying? So it was just shocking because nobody believed it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody believed it but me. You know what I'm saying? So but then of course I inspired everybody else to want to step their game up and get in the gym a little harder, ask me questions. You know what I'm saying? See how I was doing, what I was doing. What was working, what wasn't working. You know, so we won some championships as a team.
Right.
So it wasn't just me. You know what I'm saying? I was inspired by a bunch of people. Some of the cross country guys, they became All-American before me. Some of the throwers, they were going to nationals. I'm like, I want to be where they at. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't gonna be where with this training.
Right.
I'm not gonna get there.
Right.
It's gonna take too long, even if I do get there.
Okay.
I ain't got that kind of time.
Okay.
So.
Well, there you go. So what was it then? Because if again, my research, when you first recorded the what was it?
Fastest time in the nation?
And that was 6.53, correct?
That's 6.54.
6.54. And it only lasted for a couple of weeks, is that correct?
Oh no, that's different.
That's different. Break it down.
I ran a bunch of times.
I never ran track. You got to help me out here, man.
But no, yeah, like I say, that was junior. Junior year, I ran the fastest time in the nation.
Okay.
Like the 2 years that I ran the fastest time in the nation, that was junior year.
Okay.
Junior year, I ran 6.54 in the 60-meter dash. That was the fastest time in the nation. I think I finished that year number 5 in the world, number 5 or number 6 in the world that year. And then senior year, I would just say my fourth year. My fourth year, I ran 6.56. That was the fastest time in the nation when I recorded it at that time. I finished that year number 11 in the world.
In the world?
Yeah. And then my senior year, so my 5th year, I didn't have indoor eligibility. So with track, you can either, you can run indoor or outdoor. You got 2 seasons. So you can either, finish out all 4 of your years in outdoor, but you can have, but not finish all 4 of your years in indoor. Or vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So I still had outdoor eligibility because I had got hurt a couple of years and I had redshirted. So my 5th year, I was able to run unattached, but still be in school. So unattached means that I'm not affiliated with nobody. So I can run in any meet I want to run in. So I'm running with the pros that year. So during that year, while I was at Central Michigan, I ran the fastest time in the world.
In the world?
Yeah.
In the world, Craig.
In the world. Yeah. And then I finished that season with the 3rd fastest time in the world.
Man, well, again, salute to you.
I appreciate it.
And this is where I really be doubling down on document your affairs.
Okay.
Because it's real.
It's real?
You did that, right?
I did do it.
And you were able to see it. You saw the work that you put in. And then boom, I got the results I was looking for, and even shocked yourself, I would assume, on what those results ultimately came to be.
Definitely,
is that not fair?
Definitely. Okay. And like you said, I worked for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I developed my body, I developed my mind. I had to change a few things, you know what I'm saying? I had to sacrifice, you know what I'm saying? So my nutrition, everything, the women, I couldn't do none of all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got football players as roommates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we about to do this.
Right.
I'm like, y'all, this is a completely different season for me. When y'all off season, I'm in season.
Right.
I can't be with y'all. I can't be hanging out.
It was a different sacrifice.
Different kind of sacrifice, especially in college.
Absolutely.
In college?
Oh, well, I know I was doing it in college, so I understand. I understand, good brother. I need you to hold that right there, though, because I want to come back to that. But you were able to take your performance as a collegiate to the pro status.
Yeah.
And that was 5 years of as a pro athlete. Is that not correct?
I'll say rough. Yeah, give or take about 5 years. I can't remember the number, but yeah, it was rough. That was tough.
Break that down for us, because you traveled the world with this, right?
Yeah. I was able to go overseas. Spent time in Germany. Spent time in France, Russia. Was running, yeah.
Little black boy from Detroit.
I know, East Side. Let's
Come
go.
on, now.
Yeah,
what was the meets like? What was it like meeting the folks in Russia and Germany?
It was crazy,
you know
what I'm saying? Like Germany, I think they took care of me the most and the best. I had my own translator. She took me to her home, welcomed me into her home. Her mom cooked for me. I was like probably over there for like 2 weeks or whatever. So my agent at the time was able to set me up over there. And then, you know, she drove me around. It was fun. It was crazy. You know, it was crazy. That's the first time I had my kids give me my autograph, ask for my autograph.
Oh, man.
It was crazy, you know. So track and field is much bigger over there.
Okay.
So in Europe, you're treated like an NBA player. So it was like, you know, you just, you know, walk around, even just with a USA patch, you know what I'm saying? They like, oh, it's going
meant
to
something.
Yeah, it meant something. Like you're going to the Olympics. It was automatically like you're going to the Olympics. So it's a different kind of vibe, different kind of energy. They treated you so well over there. They really, really love, they call it athletics, you know what I'm saying? So, but they really love it over there. So
I thought you was about to go into a whole nother level of conversation here with the way they were treating you out there. But it's cool, don't go there. It's
I'm gonna keep it PG-13.
Keep it PG-13.
Nothing like that. And like I said, once again, I'm like,
you super focused.
I'm super focused. You know what I'm saying? I don't be having time. I'm focused. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
Yeah.
And I think that's very important. I think that goes to what the Oh Yeah podcast is really all about. Because today, even after you being a performer, so to speak, or a pro athlete, you have now turned this into where you're your own coach, you're a trainer, right?
Right.
And you support other athletes from the youth to professional sports. Is that correct? We're in your gym, sport, speed performance, right?
Yeah,
Break that down and what this whole world is about for you now, man.
Well, like I said in the beginning, you know, I love the process.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I love being in the gym. You know, sometimes people try to put me like I'm a track guy. Like I'm really not a track guy. Like I tell, like basketball was first. So that's why I'm not a track coach. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be at track meets.
Okay.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? It's cool and all, but I'd rather be in the gym. I want to see you hitting them weights. I want to feel that energy. I want to see it. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to just, you know, make sure that was a part of my profession.
Okay.
Being in the gym. Being, you know what I'm saying? So right now, training athletes, that's what it's all about. I love it.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
And you've been able to train pro athletes as well, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had a few. I've had a couple hockey players, a lot of guys, you know, that's trying to enter the draft.
Okay.
So yeah. It's all I'm all over the place. I train everybody.
I hear you, man. And I think probably what's more closer near to my world is I love when I see those who have come from our surroundings, come from our environments, are able to give back to those who look like us, right? And I know you specifically have been able to invest your time into youth sports and to help develop young athletes, right? I know you partner with Sound Mind, Sound Body as well. And
that is
Kurt
correct.
Blackwell. Maybe if you could tell us about just what that's like for you and being able to kind of give back your experiences to the youth.
Yeah, that was a blessing. I'm in year 3 right now with Kurt, with Sound Mind, Sound Body. The thing with Kurt, he heard about me. Once again, it was just like, man, who is this Johnie Drake kid? That's training him, because I was training a bunch of his athletes. You know what I'm saying? They was like, like, speed. They were improving. Their speed was improving. Their movements, their athleticism, everything was improving. So he's like, you know, I gotta come see who this guy is. You know what I'm saying? So Kurt came up to the gym out of nowhere. Didn't even know he was coming. Saw what I was doing with a couple of the athletes, and he was like, you know, let's talk. You know what I'm saying? I would love for you to be a part of my organization. This is what I'm doing. This is how I do it. I think you would be an intricate piece, you know what I'm saying, as far as within the speed. You just come do your thing. I won't bother you or nothing. You know, you do you.
Right.
And so, you know, we're in year 3 right now.
There you go.
Everything's going great. I love Sound Mind, Sound Body. I think what Kurt's doing over there, one of these king guys or whatever.
That's right.
You know
Come
what I'm
on
saying?
now. But 200.
But nah, you know what I'm saying? That love, that respect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just his willingness to go above and beyond for these athletes, you know what I'm saying? And it's just not in football. It's not on the field. It's off the field. They got ACT prep. You know what I'm saying? They do yoga. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to cover everything. You know what I'm saying? As far as a whole, to become a better person, not just a better athlete. So
he's doing great work.
Why not be a part of somebody with that kind of a mission?
Absolutely. Shout out to Kurt Blackwell. and the whole entire Sound Mind, Sound Body team. Kurt is also a friend to the Oh Yeah podcast, so of course salute to him and continued success in all of that work. That seems like a natural synergy for you to be a part of
most
that
definitely.
as well. But let's continue on with Drake, Johnie Drake. You also have been celebrated or recognized Black Enterprise, right? Modern Man.
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
I got to remember about that one. Somebody, my homegirl Sunny, she put my name in the pot and sent the information over there, you know, and they awarded me, you know, with the Modern Man. I can't remember, you know, the whole all the details behind it. But yeah, no, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? You growing up, my parents, you know, so with my mom, you know what I'm saying? She had the Ebony.
That's right.
She had the Essence. She had Black Enterprise, you know what I'm saying? So all those magazines, you know, I grew up, you know, looking through those magazines or whatever. So just to be mentioned, you know what I'm saying, just to have a Black Enterprise just before your name,
right,
you know, on any aspect is dope. You know what I'm saying?
It's very dope,
so,
man.
Yeah, you know, I kind of, and I don't even promote it or push it as much as I probably should have or whatever, but it was a great honor, you know what I'm saying, to be a part of Black Enterprise and to get that award for sure.
I must say, man, you don't do a lot of promotion of yourself like that anyway, man.
Nah, I'm an introvert, you know, at heart, you know what I'm saying? Like I really, I'm closed in, I'm into myself. You really gotta sit down and have a conversation with me to get to know me. I'm not, you know, going to be in your face. But that's bad for business. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's just something that I've grown into as far as the development of me as a person. You know what I'm saying? Just becoming more of an extrovert, getting out here, speaking up, introducing myself, being present, you know what I'm saying? So it's a work in progress.
And ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's actually where we come to the part of the Oh Yeah podcast where we put a little stamp on things, so to speak. Who you are today. You know, we got social media as a avenue of advertisement, and people get a look at you, right? This almost human highlight film.
I was about to say,
you know what I mean? And it's almost everybody feels as if somehow you automatically got here. I say this in every episode of the Oh Yeah podcast, that it just doesn't happen that way. Speed and performance, being able to be the name that's spoken about across the state, across the nation, across the world, Craig. They know Johnie Drake for your work. Right? Correct. It didn't just happen that way. No. Even first of the day. Man, grind. You know, trademarking it, 2015. You know, and I got to go back to this. In 2016, Johnie Drake was inducted as in the Central Michigan Hall of Fame. When you encompass all that with the understanding of coming from east side of Detroit, you say Warren and Connor, 48205, right? You've been, it's been noted that you give credit to your parents for kind of instilling a particular work ethic for you, right?
Definitely.
When you really encompass all that and you sit down at home and it's just you and the family, right? How does it feel, man? This is the journey moment of the Oh Yeah podcast.
This is a journey.
When you really can embrace going back to them summers, right? The sacrifices of saying, nah, I'm gonna leave the girls to the side right now. I gotta go back and put this work in because there's certain dreams I want to fulfill to be able to achieve them. And now really see the results of your work. Like, how does that feel?
I mean, if you put it that way, I mean, it feels great, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, you gotta know where that comes from.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Number one is God.
Woo!
You know what I'm saying? You gotta represent him. You gotta acknowledge him. You gotta keep him first, you know what I'm saying? Because it was some tough times, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially now, you know, with the suicidal rate so high, with the kids not understanding life is about ups and downs, ebbs and flows. You're gonna go through adversity. You know what I'm saying? Times got really tough. Times were tough freshman year. Times were tough when my toughest time was when I didn't get signed coming out of college.
Okay.
So going professional in track and field is not like you get drafted like the NBA or NFL or whatever.
Yeah.
You have to find a coach. You have to find an agent.
Yeah.
That agent has to find you a shoe company that's going to give you a contract. Then you got to find a coach that has a camp, and you know what I'm saying, that's going to allow you to come in and train with them. Like, it's so much that goes into, you know, into that. And then you got to be affiliated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no affiliation. Once again, I'm an introvert. I'm at Central Michigan.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going on, how to transition me from a collegiate athlete to a professional track runner. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have the information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like my biggest thing as far as being a trainer, just, you know, being able to provide these kids with the information.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have that. So I kept God first during all those, you know, times of adversity. You know what I'm saying? So I just put everything on his shoulders.
Come on,
you know what
man.
I'm saying? But that comes from, you know, my upbringing.
Yeah.
You know, I got a mother and a father, you know what I'm saying? They both were in the house, they've been married. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? We'll say I'm 39, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My sister 40, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She in the 40s, you know what I'm saying? So they've been married almost 45 years, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So they, you know what I'm saying, they stuck through it, they stuck it out, and they instilled, you know, some great principles, some great values. Not only them, but my uncles, my aunties, like the whole family, you know what I'm saying? Like, we always, you know, brought up in the church, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a no-brainer, you know what I'm saying, for me. You know what I'm saying, to keep that energy and stay close to God or whatever. So, and then I always have my family, I always have my dad. And let's talk about discipline. Let's talk about that word right there. You know what I'm saying? We talked about the sacrifice word.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the discipline word. You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad started Chrysler at 19. You know what I'm saying? 35 plus years at Chrysler. Worked his way up, was on the line, got into management, and just kept moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, but he worked in Sterling Heights from the east side, worked at the Sterling Heights plant. You know what I'm saying? So he 4:30 in the morning, got to be at the work, got to be at a job at 6.
You saw that.
I saw that. You know what I'm saying? I saw that. I saw him come home, get a nap, get up, go cut the grass.
Yeah.
Grass got to get cut, and who else going to cut it?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I just saw the work ethic. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, if you want something, you got to work for it.
Yeah.
Period. And if you want something, you gotta stay disciplined with it, because it ain't just one day, 2 days, 3 days, or this week. No, this is a yearly grind.
Absolutely.
So, you know, I credit, you know what I'm saying, my parents, credit God, credit my family. I'm huge on family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
I see it all over you, good brother.
Definitely.
I didn't know you were a preacher as well, man, but we're
No,
going to take all that,
definitely.
man.
I don't
Ain't nothing
wanna,
wrong.
you know,
Listen, brother,
it ain't preaching.
whatever your calling
It's
is, let it
truths.
be your calling.
It's
you know?
truth. You know, everybody should have that same kind of energy when you're speaking about God,
That's
though,
right. That's right.
But, you know what I'm saying? What you, oh, God did. Like,
No. He really
I'ma
did
shout
that.
it out.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I could only imagine that's the same things that you're instilling in the young athletes that you're working
Most
with as
definitely,
well,
most
man.
definitely.
So I hope that's the message that they're able to catch here on the podcast, as I know you'll continue passing that along as well. As I am an example of it, as I got my son in here with you, good brother.
That's
you know,
what's up.
And
That's
I've
what's up.
already been able to see some of the results that you're working with them as well.
Definitely. I
man.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And it's just the beginning.
Man, I'm thankful that, you know, to be quite honest, that I'm blessed where I have these opportunities to meet individuals like yourself that have particular stories like this, man, because everybody doesn't have that opportunity, man.
Right.
And you've obviously taken advantage of that. And that's salute to you.
No, salute to you for this platform. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations. This is dope. Wish you much success. And definitely, you know, thanks for the opportunity.
Hey,
my
no
guy.
problem, man. You ain't done yet, though. We got a little bit more work with you, man. We're bringing back something to the show that I don't even know why I kind of skated away from it, but there's generally something going on in the world, man, that I believe deserves at least a good dialogue to.
Okay.
And you being a professional athlete, you understanding the importance of conditioning, and what you've also expressed in this episode is that you appreciate the grind, right? And being able to understanding the levels of sacrifice that go into wanting to obtain your dreams, right? Stan Van Gundy, a coach from the NBA, now an analyst. He says a lot of things on Twitter, but this week his message on Twitter was that the NBA is going wrong somewhere, as there's too many of their superstars and pro athletes in the NBA that continue to get injured, whether it's ACL, MCL, or you name it. There's too many injuries that are going on, especially considering that now you have more employed in the NBA, whether it's trainers, whether it's doctors, or you name it, that is more today than it was in the 80s and 90s, where there was less money and players were playing 82 games out of the season. No breaks, no, I'm sitting this game out. They were playing and then working out through the summer. I was hoping I could get your views on this and maybe what's important to a pro athlete and how to maintain a sustainable body. That's the only way you're able to stay employed and keep things going, right?
Right. Yeah, so Stan Doobie got Twitter fingers, huh?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Well, my take on that is it's hard to monitor that.
Yeah.
It's hard to make that statement. It's hard to compare. You know what I'm saying? These guys aren't running as fast. These guys aren't, those guys weren't running as fast. Those guys weren't jumping as high. Those guys weren't, putting as many stressors on their bodies as before. You know what I'm saying? As it's always going to be a generational gap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the 80s were tougher. The 70s were tougher. The 90s were tougher. You know what I'm saying? We just keep going on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? I say that about, from my era. Right. And I'm working with these kids. Now, we was way tougher. We did way more, But you got to understand whatever the generation it is, whatever era it is, that's just what it is. Okay. You know what I'm saying? You can't keep comparing, eras and generations. No, it is what it is. As far as them, staying healthy or whatever, that's on the individual. You never know what's going on. You don't know what muscle is overactive, what muscle is underactive. It takes a lot nowadays to kind of understand, these are like machines. You know what I'm saying? These guys are professional athletes. You know what I'm saying? Their bodies are enduring a lot of stress. I know what it felt like to grow into a professional athlete and to grow into an elite athlete. I know how much pain I put on my body, how much stress I put on my body in the weight room, on the track. It's a lot. You need time to rest and recover. You know what I'm saying? So you have to factor that in. So I'm an advocate for load management, but I don't want people, to take advantage of it either. You need your rest and recovery, yes. And you have to load manage, you know what I'm saying? There's no problem with that. But you also got people that's paying to see you. They paying. You know what I'm saying? You also getting, I don't want to put the money into it or whatever, but it's just the respect and just the kind of responsibility that you will have, to make sure that you taking care of what you need to take care of on your end in terms of your nutrition, in terms of investing with the money that you make, investing in a personal chef, in a massage therapist, in an acupuncturist. You want all of that. You should have all of that at your dispense. You know what I'm saying? You're making this money, use it, invest it. Just like how LeBron, they say he spends $1.5 million a year just on his body. Wow. You know what I'm saying? He got it. Use it. So that's what I would just say, you know what I'm saying?
Well, there's two things I say to that, man. Number one, I obviously went into the wrong profession. I definitely should have been working more on my body. I wasn't no scrub playing PAL football either. Let's be clear. You know what I mean?
We all got a name. We got our era.
Come on, we got our era, man. But secondly, I noticed that Kevin Durant had to respond to it where he actually agreed with Stan Van Gundy. But obviously, in my opinion, I also do agree with rest and recovery and having that opportunity. But you're right, it's a lot of money in this business, man. And what those are getting paid now and what consumers are paying to see it. I would hate, my son loves Steph Curry. I would hate if I paid for tickets 2 months in advance to see the Golden State Warriors and then
they only come to Detroit one time out of the year.
One time out of the year. But so it's obviously something that the NBA, I believe, or the NFL, NHL, MLB need to, work on.
Yeah, but that's coming from a consumer's perspective.
Absolutely, it's coming from a consumer.
It's coming from a consumer perspective.
That's because I retired at a young age, so I can't give you my pro athlete.
Right, you know what I'm saying? But the pro athlete is like, hey, man, y'all don't see what I'm doing. And I'm already taping this ankle. They already say I got to get surgery at the end of the season, but I'm still trying to play, you know what I'm saying? So I can't play back-to-backs.
Can't do it.
So you don't know what that athlete is personally going through.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like I say, it's hard to monitor and it's hard to have an opinion. You know what I'm saying? You don't know
so much that's going on.
There's so much. There's so many details that could be a part of that. You know what I'm
I would love to have the 1.5 to invest
in your
just
body.
in my body, though. That's a different lifestyle there, man.
Yeah.
Johnie Drake, we appreciate you stopping in with the Oh Yeah podcast.
No, I appreciate
sharing
you.
your story to the world again. I know that you've been recognized with many publications, but Q and I, we truly appreciate you sharing that here with the Oh Yeah podcast. I have to ask, what's next for Johnie Drake and Speed Performance and First of the Day?
Well, First of the Day, I'm gonna put this out there right now, man. March 24th, I need y'all down at St. Regis Hotel. We're gonna be celebrating my 40th birthday party.
Come on now.
Okay, and that's sponsored by First of the Day, so that's March 24th. Mark your calendars. It's a 70s get down.
Oh boy.
So that's next with First of the Day, and then from there, we're just gonna keep going and growing, trying to get back, consistent with the happy hours.
Okay.
Keep coming out with dope, dope products.
Yep.
And then, just let it keep growing from there. With Johnie Drake Speed Performance, you already know I'm just gonna keep growing there. Try to get more professional athletes. I definitely want to, be known, and I want those guys to be comfortable. To come see me, to help them to develop as a pro.
Yep.
I'm not, limited, just with youth or high school kids. Like my knowledge is enough to train professional athletes and to help them, advance their careers and get faster as well. So I'm definitely reaching out, trying to, partner with some agents, just to improve and my overall portfolio.
Absolutely.
So I'm steadily grinding, working on certifications. Just grabbed my sports nutrition certification. I'm one test away from having my corrective exercise specialist certification, and then after that, performance enhancement specialist certification. So I'm always going to be working. My grind don't stop.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, man.
So.
Well, tell the people where they can find old Johnie Drake if they either looking for the First of the Day or to get into the training program that very, very strategic.
Oh yeah, it get real,
Oh, trust me, my son has explained it to me.
Okay, get real technical. Technicians, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
Oh,
what
boy,
else? What else is duh? You know what I'm saying? No, you can find me on Instagram or Facebook at First of the Day. That's one ST of the day. Instagram and Facebook for Johnie Drake Speed Performance is at JD Speed Performance, Instagram or Facebook. And definitely on the website, I gave the First of the Day one. Johnie Drake Speed Performance is www.jdspeedperformance.com.
My guy.
Yeah.
Again, thank you for joining in with us.
No, I appreciate
Thank you for welcoming us into your gym.
Yeah.
I definitely am one who will always be a supporter of you and anything you got going on.
Yeah, I'll be down on Wednesdays.
Come on now.
We'll be getting it in First of the Day. Yeah.
Wednesday Night Live, All Industry Connect. Don't y'all forget it.
Hey,
come on and hang out with us.
That boy be banging.
Oh, yeah. For sure, don't forget to check out Johnie Drake and all his platforms. Again, like, share, and subscribe, and come back and check us out here at the Oh Yeah podcast. Shout out to the super producer Q, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Holla at your boy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, good people. Welcome to another episode of the Oh Yeah podcast with your boy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador, AKA hashtag Document Your Affairs. Want to welcome you back into another sign off of, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Again, this portion of the show is really just another opportunity to get random thoughts off my chest and off my heart. And this week, what I would like to do is salute somebody that was very close and near and dear to the Oh Yeah, We Tapped In podcast. And hopefully you had an opportunity to check that podcast out with my partner in crime, Tap. Salute to him, his family, as they are going through a very difficult time right now with the loss of our dear good friend, his wife, and our loved one, Brandi Hytower. And in this, episode, what I would like to do is just encourage all of you to hug one another, to love one another, and to truly find a way to appreciate your relationships, because none of us have a guaranteed minute, second, hour, or day, which means we have to take full advantage of our life and our time on this earth. And one thing that I truly learned from Mrs. Brandi Hytower was her beautiful spirit and her ability to just take advantage of life. She showed it to all of us, and it was in great representation and in great support. I got to see, as we celebrated her life, all those who believed and saw her enjoy life in the spirit that she put upon other people. As I was proud to be a graduate of the 1997 class at Dr. Martin Luther King High School. At her celebration, we had many there from multiple years, but 1997, y'all truly came out and you found a great way to support my brother, Tap, his family, and really celebrate the life of Brandi Hytower. And it just doubled down on the importance of being able to really let relationships shine, to really let the importance of who you love, who you respect, be cherished, and not to let little things take over and bullshit. That to get rid of that, if it's somebody that you've been beefing with, somebody that you've had issues with, let that shit go. Find a way to get back around them, because you don't know when them last days are coming. You just want to be able to say that you gave them your all and you were able to receive their all. And if anything, I hope that every time you're able to check out the Oh Yeah podcast, you see a piece of Mr. Oh Yeah giving his all to the world as well. That's pretty much it. Salute to the Hytower family, salute to the Poe family, salute to the MLK family, and salute to all of those who are looking to cherish relationships with people that you love and people that are near and dear to you. Signing off, but it's another episode with the Oh Yeah podcast. Your boy, Mr. Oh Yeah, Detroit's #1 ambassador. # document your affairs.